So the MX Guardian DLC shotgun is completely broken and is available to unlock for free as part of the Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone Season 4 Reloaded update, but I know a lot of people are struggling with certain challenges to unlock this weapon, so for example getting one-shot kills, point-blank kills, headshots, that kind of thing. And if that's you, and if you are struggling and want to unlock this weapon fast in Warzone without Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, then this video is for you. But if you are wanting to unlock it in multiplayer, I've made a separate guide for that, so check it out via the card on screen or link in the description. There'll also be timestamps in the description if you want to jump to a specific part of the video or if you're struggling with a specific challenge. But without further ado, let's dive straight into how to unlock this weapon fast. So as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, unlocking the MX Guardian involves the mysterious classified sector. Now the classified sector has been in the top left corner of the Battle Pass map and locked since the start of Season 4, but now with the Season 4 Reloaded update, it's available to access with 5 new items available to unlock. And basically once you unlock 4 of the rewards within that sector, you then get access to the challenge to unlock the MX Guardian shotgun. So what are these challenges that you need to do? Well, the first one will get you the dependable emblem, and for this you need to get 10 aim down sight operator kills with shotguns. The next challenge is the gunfire calling card, where you need to get 10 hipfire operator kills with shotguns. Then we've got the fanning hutch loading screen, where you need to get 10 headshot operator kills with shotguns, before moving on to the next reward of 1 hour double weapon XP token, for which you need to get 10 one-shot operator kills with shotguns. And I anticipate this is a challenge that people are going to have a lot of problem with in Warzone, so we'll cover how to do that easily, don't you worry. And finally, once you've done those 4 challenges and you've unlocked those rewards, you'll then unlock the final challenge, which is that you need to get 30 point blank operator kills with shotguns, and if you do that, you'll get yourself the MX Guardian DLC shotgun for Season 4 Reloaded. So basically do those 4 challenges, you'll then get the 5th one, do that, and then you get the weapon. But obviously just to make you guys aware, you can also unlock this weapon via DMZ if you find it, or if someone drops it for you and exfil with it, and I'm sure there'll be someone in this video who'd be happy to drop it for you, so just leave a comment if you need help with that. Okay, so you guys want to unlock this weapon, but what class setup would I recommend? Well, it's actually really important what you put on, because it can make a big difference, so you're going to want to listen carefully to this bit. So for the primary weapon, you want to put another weapon such as an SMG, assault rifle, something like that. I've gone for an SMG such as the PDSW528, but you can put on whatever you want. I'll explain why it's important in just a minute. And then for your second primary weapon, you want to put on your shotgun. Any shotgun of choice will do, but I'd recommend either the KV Broadside or the Bryson 800. I would say for Warzone, the Bryson 800 might be a little bit better. And these are the attachments you're going to want to put on. So first we've gone for the Bryson Improved Choke, which gives you a tighter pellet spread and increased damage range. We've then gone for the 29.5 inch rifle barrel for the same benefits of tighter pellet spread and damage range. There's also the Hipshot L20 laser for improved hipfire accuracy and recoil control, the Demo X50 tactical pump, and finally the 12 gauge Dragon's Breath ammunition, which gives you incendiary damage, which goes on a little bit after you've shot them. So it carries on doing a little bit of fire damage after you've shot them. So it's a really, really powerful class setup, and it is important, and I'll explain why in just a minute. So for the perks, you're going to want to put on obviously Overkill to get your second primary weapon, then Tracker so that enemies leave behind a footprint trail, you can find enemies to get kills more easily. You've then got Fast Hands to reload your shotgun faster, and finally Quick Fix, which means killing players immediately triggers health regeneration, so you recover your health faster. For the equipment, put on something like a stim for the tactical, and for the lethal, you can put on something like a thermite grenade, which is useful just to lob at enemies and reduce their health, which will be important. So that's class setup. Now, what modes would I recommend playing? Well, at the moment, there's 2 main modes that you would want to play. Right now in the game, there is Plunder, which is good because it gives you infinite respawns, custom loadout, and no gas cloud, so that's the one I'd recommend. But as of next week, that's going away and it's being replaced again with Vondel Lockdown, and that Vondel Lockdown mode will be around for at least 2 weeks, I think. So when you're playing, it will either be Plunder or Vondel Lockdown, and you'll want to play either of those modes. Avoid things like Resurgence or Battle Royale because it doesn't give you the weapon you want all the time. You don't get respawns as easily, and it's a bit more difficult to do the challenge. With Vondel Lockdown, it's like 8 zones like Hardpoint from multiplayer, so it feels like a multiplayer match, and you get custom loadouts, infinite respawns, that kind of thing. So whatever mode you're playing, it doesn't really matter, but as long as you're playing one of those 2 ideally, what you want to do is, especially if you're playing Plunder, turn squad fill off on the main menu just so that you don't respawn with your teammates and you can respawn where you want to, and it allows you just to get back to killing enemies faster as opposed to being dragged all over the map. So turn that off. And then for Plunder, what you want to do is spawn in, go to high flow areas like Observatory or Akhtar Village or wherever you want to go, or wherever you see people dropping. Try and pick off a few people. Don't go for a massive group, but just go for a few of them if you can. And similarly for Lockdown, spawn in, go to high flow areas near certain zones that you need to capture. Not the most busiest zones as you'll die easily, but just one with at least 1+ enemy nearby that you can easily kind of pick off. That's your kind of ideal scenario. Either of those modes, whatever you're doing, just do that in either Vondel Lockdown or Plunder. And then once you've done that, go up to an enemy and shoot at them with your primary weapon. So that's either your SMG or it can be a shotgun, although the SMG is more preferable, and I'll explain why again in just a second. Shoot at them with the SMG or whatever weapon you're using until they go into last stand, and then once that's happened, switch to your shotgun if you haven't got it equipped already and do whatever you need for the challenges, be that hipfire, headshot, aim down sight, one shot, or point blank kills. And basically what I'd recommend doing is overlapping the aim down sight, one shot, and headshot kills to save time, because if you do it in the method I'm about to explain, you'll get all 3 of those challenges done at the very same time, and instead of needing to get 30 kills, 10 for each challenge, you can get it all done in just 10 kills really easily. So this is how you want to do it. So once an enemy is in your last stand mode, move your cursor until it's pointing at the enemy's head, and then aim down sight. That will get you your ADS kills. Aim at their head, shoot them. That will get you headshot kills, and it'll also get you your one-shot kills because you're aiming at their head. Like I say, you need 10 of these kills, and that will complete all 3 challenges. And then afterwards, you just need to go for your 10 hipfire kills and your 30 point blank kills. I'll explain in just a second my tips for each specific challenge, but that's pretty much the strategy you want to follow. And if you're still struggling, try and stay in the plane until it reaches the end of the flight path before it kicks you out, and then you might be able to kill some inactive players, although beware because there's often people that are active that are trying to kill other players just like you. So be careful, but you can get some kills that way too. So let's break down each of these challenges and explain how to do it a little bit more easily. So what I'm going to do is, because I suggested doing them together, I'm going to group the headshots, one shots, and aim down sight kills together, so you're doing all of those at the same time, and then the other ones separately. So like I said, I recommend overlapping those 3 challenges, your ADS, one shot, and headshot kills. It's the same method, so down your player with the SMG or whatever weapon you're using, and then swap to your shotgun, aim at their head, and shoot them. Now for the headshots, people often struggle with getting shotgun headshots, but with this method it's fairly easy because the player is quite immobile, they can't move very much, so you literally just want to shoot their head. You've got the time to look at them, aim at their head, and kill them. Occasionally they might try and kill themselves more quickly, or they might get shot, or you might get shot, but just try and be as quick as you can, but you have got a little bit more time than in multiplayer when someone's running at you and you have to aim at their head while they're trying to shoot you, because they can't shoot you while they're in the last stand mode. Now you can also hit fire when aiming at their head as well, if you need to get hit fire and headshot kills together, but it's less efficient, so I'd recommend doing it the way I suggest. And obviously you'll know when you get a headshot due to the unique sound. It's like a high-pitched noise, almost like a plane taking off when you get a headshot. So aim down sight kills are really obvious, headshots we just talked about, and then for the one-shot kills, I assume this is where a lot of you guys will be struggling, because you'll be thinking, well, how do I do one-shot kills, because enemies have so much health and they've got armor plates, how do I do it? Well, even though it's not quite as easy as in multiplayer, it's still very easy. But what you need to do for the one-shot kill is obviously kill an enemy with 1 round or shot. Normally this would not count, so if someone else did some damage, then you shoot them once they die, that wouldn't count, but in Warzone it actually does under certain circumstances. So what you need to do is down the enemy like we said before with another weapon, and it probably is more important to do it with another weapon this time than with the other challenges, because otherwise it might not count. So use your other weapon like an SMG, down the enemy, swap to your shotgun, get really close to the enemy so you can do more damage, aim at their head, and shoot using the loadout I recommended. If you do that, it does a high amount of damage and it will cause the enemy to die in just 1 shot, since they've been downed into that last stand mode. Now, because the way Warzone works is a little bit different from multiplayer, the game basically takes it as though once you've downed them, that's the same as getting a kill in multiplayer. So the first bit of downing them with another weapon doesn't count. So it doesn't matter that you're using an SMG. The bit that counts is how you actually finish them off and kill them. So once they've been downed, you then swap to your shotgun, like I say, shoot them in the head, because that way it will be a one-shot kill with this loadout. And because since they've been downed you're only using 1 shot, that should count as a 1-shot 1-kill medal. It won't necessarily pop up on screen, in fact it doesn't seem to a lot of the time, but it should still count because that's just the way it works in Warzone. So basically same as the other strategy, but just make sure you're using the SMG or whatever weapon you want first to down them, then swap to your shotgun, shoot them in 1 shot and it will count. If you take more than 1 shot to kill them when they're in that last stand mode, obviously it won't count, but a lot of the time if you are close enough and you're using that loadout, you will pretty much always be getting 1-shot kills with that loadout. Again, it seemed very difficult, but actually it's pretty easy. You just overlap it with the other 2 challenges. Now let's talk about hipfire kills and point blank kills. So for hipfire kills, this is obviously getting a kill while not aiming down sight with the weapon. There's no medals for hipfires, but as soon as you get a kill while not aiming down sight, you'll know it counts. Hipfire kills, I say, are very easy with shotguns. You just need to be close to the enemy to kill them easily. And again, it's pretty similar to the last method. Run up to an enemy, down them. This time you can either do it with your shotgun or the other primary weapon, then get close to them and with the shotgun hit fire at them, ideally at the head because it does more damage, and that will kill them. You can shoot as many times as you need because it's not 1-shot kill, so just keep spamming that trigger until you kill them. And You can also use your laser to see where the gun is pointing at the target. It can help to aim as well, but you've also got your crosshairs. And as you move around the map, it will kick up the gun and laser, so therefore when you go around a corner, if you're trying to hip fire at them straight away, make sure you're slowing down a bit so your gun isn't kicking up while you're running around, and that way it'll be easier to get the hip fires. So you can hip fire at them directly while they're standing up, and then that will cause them to go into last stand and then hip fire again, or you can use another weapon. It's up to you. The final challenge for the MX Guardian is to get 30 point blank operator kills with shotguns. Now a point blank kill is shooting an enemy at very close distance away from them. It's the same method as the other challenges, but you can't work towards it until you've done the 4 other challenges first. So same thing again, once you've done the 4 challenges and you've unlocked this 30 point blank kills challenge, run up to an enemy, down them with a shotgun or another primary weapon, and then get as close to them as possible, within 2 to 3 meters I'd say, and then aim down sight while shooting to kill them. You can use again as many rounds as you need. You need to be really close to the enemy, so try and push yourself up as much as possible, and it will come up as a point blank kill if you get a point blank kill, so it's very easy to know if you've done it or not. This one's just more of a grind. Again, it's pretty much the same thing as with all the other parts of the challenge. Down someone, get close to them, kill them, and then you get your challenge done, and you just need to get those kills done 30 times, which is fairly easy in something like Plunder or Vandal Lockdown. So that is it for Warzone. I know a lot of people have been struggling, but actually it's pretty easy on the whole. So if I have saved you some time and effort and you found this useful, be sure to leave a like so that other people can find this video too, and feel free to subscribe by clicking the bell icon to stay up to date with all my latest Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone videos. If you haven't checked out my recent ones, I've made ones on how to lock the MX Guardian in Warzone, how to unlock other weapons like the ISO Hemlock, the M13B, the F-Tac Siege, that kind of thing, so feel free to check them out. Check out my Weapon XP guides, how to level up the Battle Pass fast. All of those guides are available on my channel. But thank you so much for watching, hope you found it useful, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.